Guys, I cannot believe what I just found out about this tribe. These people actually file their own teeth into sharp points on purpose. And trust me, the reason why will completely blow your mind. Somewhere deep in the jungles, there is a tribe doing something ancient. They take real tools and grind their teeth down to razor-sharp points. You won't believe this, but they do it as a sign of beauty. No kidding. Sharp teeth are considered stunning in their culture, and the process itself is something most people cannot even imagine. I'm telling you, this is one of the most fascinating things I've ever seen. Every single person in the tribe goes through this at some point. Even young people, teenagers, sit through this painful ritual, and nobody forces them. They actually want this done. Honestly, that detail hit me harder than anything else. The courage it takes to go through that is just unreal. And here's the thing, we are just getting started. What I'm about to share next is going to change how you see this tribe completely. Their whole world, their beliefs, their daily life, it is all connected. If you love discovering stories that most people never even hear about, you need to subscribe to Mystic Travels right now. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because we find these hidden worlds and bring them straight to you. You genuinely do not want to miss what is coming up next on this channel. Now let me take you all the way into the heart of this story. This tradition comes from a tribe in Indonesia called the Mentawai people. They live on a remote island chain off the coast of Sumatra. Getting there is not easy. It takes boats, jungle tracks, and serious effort. But what you find when you arrive is something truly out of this world. The Mentawai have been living this way for thousands of years. They have their own language, their own spiritual beliefs, and their own ideas of beauty. And filing the teeth, they call it a way to look more beautiful. Women especially go through this process to attract a partner. The teeth are chiseled and filed down using basic stone tools. There's no numbing, no medicine, no pain relief of any kind, just raw willpower and a deep belief in what they're doing. Honestly, I got chills just watching footage of this ritual. Wait, this next part surprised even me. The Mentawai believe the soul lives in the body in a very specific way. They think that sharp teeth help connect the body to the spiritual world. So this is not just about looks, it runs way deeper than that. The whole ritual is tied to their spiritual leaders called Sikerei. These shamans guide the tribe through every major decision in life, and the tooth filing ceremony is considered a sacred spiritual event. Family members gather, there's chanting, and there are offerings made. The atmosphere during the ritual is intense and full of emotion. People are proud to go through it. They see it as a rite of passage. And when it is done, the person is treated with a whole new level of respect. And here's where it gets really interesting. The Mentawai people have tattoos too, full body tattoos that are ancient. Their tattoo patterns are among the oldest documented tattoo traditions on Earth. Each tattoo tells a story about who that person is in the tribe. So between the teeth and the tattoos, every single Mentawai person is a living work of art. Their whole body is a symbol of their identity, their status, and their soul. No two people look exactly the same. It is deeply personal. I'm telling you, you could spend weeks learning about just the tattoos alone, but the teeth are what stops you in your tracks first. Now here is something that really made me think. The modern world has been creeping into Mentawai life for decades now. Missionaries, governments, and outsiders tried to change their ways. For a while, many Mentawai people were pressured to stop these traditions. Some younger generations started moving away from the tooth filing ritual. Honestly, it felt like this ancient tradition might disappear forever. But something amazing happened. The Mentawai started reclaiming their culture. Young people started saying no to outside pressure and yes to their roots. The tooth filing ritual started coming back in a big way. And that comeback story is one of the most powerful things about this tribe. They refuse to let the world erase who they are. Trust me, that kind of cultural strength is rare and beautiful. And here is where it gets really interesting one more time. There are researchers and anthropologists who have dedicated their lives to this tribe. They say the Mentawai are one of the last groups still living in true isolation. Parts of their territory are still not fully mapped or explored. Some villages have had almost no contact with the outside world. So when you think about the tooth filing ritual, you are looking at living history. You are seeing something that has survived centuries of pressure to change. The Mentawai chose to stay Mentawai, and that is extraordinary. Wait, I need to tell you one more thing that floored me. The Mentawai do not see their practices as strange or extreme. To them, the outsider's smooth, flat teeth look unnatural and odd. They genuinely pity people who do not file their teeth. From their point of view, we're the ones who look weird. Guys, that perspective shift hit me like a truck the first time I heard it. It is a perfect reminder that beauty is completely defined by your culture. What one world calls extreme, another world calls perfect and elegant. No kidding, travel teaches you this lesson over and over again. And the Mentawai deliver that lesson in the most powerful way possible. Now, if you ever wanted to visit the Mentawai Islands yourself, here is the reality. You would fly into Padang, the main city on Sumatra's west coast. From there, you take a long ferry ride out to the Mentawai Island chain. Once you arrive, you need a local guide who knows the communities personally. You cannot just walk into a Mentawai village unannounced. That is deeply disrespectful. But with the right guide and the right attitude, some tribes do welcome visitors, and the experience of sitting with a Mentawai family is something money cannot buy. Honestly, people who have done it say it changes them for life. The hospitality, the connection, the pure authenticity of their world is overwhelming. I'm telling you, this is exactly the kind of travel story that reminds me why I do this. The Mentawai people are not a museum exhibit. They are real, living, breathing humans. They have joy, humor, love, fear, and a fierce pride in who they are. Their sharp teeth are not a shock factor. They are a statement. A statement that says, we know who we are, and we are not changing for anyone. That kind of identity and courage is something the modern world desperately needs. And finding stories like this one is exactly what Mystic Travels is all about. If this story moved you even a little bit, do me a favor right now. Hit that subscribe button on Mystic Travels and join this community. We go to the places most travel channels are too afraid to cover.